What is going on, guys? We are back with another Tarkov. What is going on, guys? We are back with another video for you guys, and today's is on the Astro C40, but also any controller. Period. And this was requested by you guys. Shout out to Elric, who actually went all the way to Discord and actually DM'd me on this question, and then I ended up re-recording it because this morning Max Bernard hit me with a comment on YouTube asking, and I didn't actually quite cover that topic, so that's what we're gonna do today, and I hope you guys enjoy it. But yeah, let's jump on in it. All right, so today's exact topic that has been requested has to do with actual joysticks themselves. And that's why this video is not just an Astro C40 video, but it's actually a video for any controller, period. Because in the reality of it, the joysticks themselves are still the same. So today in particular, we're not going to be talking about stick drift or anything else. We're going to be talking about sprint out. So sprinting in any game whatsoever, people tend to have issues with that. You're clicking it, but it's not sprinting. So one of the games that actually has a really big issue with this controller and sprinting is Modern Warfare. And I actually did some playing around with this when Modern Warfare first came out and during beta. And I found out that it's not just an Astro C40 thing that it's really hard on. The whole tactical sprint, double sprint thing is actually hard on any controller's joysticks. But I feel the main reason that it's harder to me with the Astro C40 is actually the sticks are a little bit higher on the C40. So it causes you to have to actually move your finger forward more than usual. So make sure you're using the smallest stick on that side, because it's just going to help. If you kind of want to see what I'm explaining, use a regular controller and then put like a control freak on it, and you'll see what I mean. But yeah, this is, pertaining to Max's question. I do feel the sticks sit a little bit higher on the C40, and that is kind of why you're getting an awkward position than what you're used to on a regular DualShock 4 or even an Xbox controller. So with that part out of the way, we're going to actually be talking about the joysticks themselves, the problem, and how to fix it. And yeah, we're going to switch cameras and jump on into it. Alright guys, so we've swapped cameras here, and we're going to be taking a look at this bad boy and how to fix it. Like I said, this doesn't just work for C40s, this works for controllers in general. And basically, instead of a circle piece, you've got like a whole board, and it's going to have both modules on it. Now, one of the other things actually, there was something I forgot to mention in the last video, and with stick drift, if you're kind of coming over from that, these little pieces right here, when you open them, they have a little plastic wheel in them, and it's like a last resort replacement, but you can replace them inside this. So when you pop them open, you can actually take those out, replace them, but they are replaceable inside there, and that's one of the sensors. So anyways, back to the actual topic at hand here. Okay, so now let's go to the topic at hand with these joystick modules. It doesn't matter if it's a C40, it doesn't matter if it's a different controller at all. They're all the same kind of modules, and they have the same design. the little thing right here, this is a button, right? So when you push down to sprint, it has to go down and hit that button. And that's where you should get this click. Hopefully you guys can hear that click. But that's where you should get that click. So it's actually hitting this button right here. So usually what ends up happening is you kind of wear it out. You're wearing out the joystick, and it causes it to be tougher to move. Whether there's gunk in there, whether it's just worn out and it's having a hard time moving to do that. Basically what we're going to do, and it's going to sound crazy, but I promise you it will work. First thing, we're just going to take, this is just some normal electronic duster, and you should hear it. So shake it up. Sorry. Just kind of get any nonsense out of there. And the next part's usually where people are kind of like, you know, what? What do you mean? But trust me, hear me out. You're going to take a small can WD-40. And then you're going to take straw. And you're going to take a rag. So you're going to have the rag like so. I'm going to take this. And next step is to very gently, we're just gonna, okay, and we're gonna instantly flip it over. Okay. So we just put the 2 little spurts right through the top, and then immediately flipped it over. We're just gonna have it sit like this for a little while. Alright, so we're sitting upside down, letting all excess fluid or anything immediately drain back out, because we're basically just wanting WD-40 to get on there to kind of lubricate the components inside it to make it easier to hit that click, make it a smoother motion, and not have little plastic pieces rubbing together causing all that friction. So, alright, we will be back here in about 5 minutes.
5 minutes later.
Alright, so it's been about 5 minutes here. I'm just kind of going like this, make sure. We're going to grab the joystick, we're going to move it around. Okay. We're going to push it in. It's actually already much easier now to push in. Like, here, you should be able to listen how much faster. Hopefully you guys can hear that. That's much faster. So, in that sense, it has already started working. Great. We're going to take our straw again. Put it back in our duster spray, like so. Go ahead and spray it. Kind of removing the WD-40 I had in that, because I did use the same straw. Alright, and then this time we're going to kind of go from the sides here and try to help push anything out that might still be in there. Like I said, the main thing we're worried about is just excess fluid. But we don't want to go from the top and spray down into it, because that's just going to put any excess fluid back to, this would technically be the motherboard. On a regular controller, it would be a motherboard. Alright, so boom, bada bang. Like I said, you're going to come from the top of it. You're going to spray it. Do not spray here for the last step. we're going to spray at these sides. In the little corners, there's little slits, and you're going to spray at those. So that way you can try to push any excess fluid from the top out. And that's it, guys. So you just take this bad boy, you put it all back together, and bam. And I mean, we've been fixing controllers like this, I mean, before the C40 was ever even a thought. I've done battle beavers, I've done scuffs like this. It works. As long as there is not excess fluid in here, it won't ever cause any harm to it. Again, soon as you make that, you know, a little spurt or two with the WD-40, flip it upside down like that, and then just bunch the rag up so that it doesn't move from being upside down, and leave it for 5-10 minutes if you really want to be safe, and then just make sure, you know, there's really nothing extra in there. But see if we can get the camera to focus. Ta-da. You can see, I mean, it looks exactly the same pretty much, but when you are moving it and everything, it definitely feels better. So all right, so that is it, guys. You know, as long as this button right here does not fail ever, which I can't personally say I've ever seen one fail, you're good to go. All you've done is make it easier to hit that button with less friction. So it's a much smoother motion, which is generally what the issue is. Alright, guys, so that is it. I have taught you one of the long-time secrets of fixing Sprint, or just R3, L3 button in general. If you guys enjoyed this video, do me a solid. Smack a like button. If it helps you in any way, make sure to hit the sub button. If it has anything to do with gaming, streaming, or YouTube, we generally cover it, whether it's product reviews or anything. And if you guys want or have a question on any of these 3 topics, let me know. Let me know, and I will gladly do a video on it. I wanted to make today's video kind of short and sweet and just cover it, since there's really only one good way I know of fixing it other than just spraying it out with air. So I hope this helped you guys. But until next time, appreciate you guys. Deuces.